Welcome back to another episode of Game by Thrones. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, enjoying the new episodes, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. Now let's get into this week's episode.
All right. So, first things first, boys. We were thinking it was going to take a little bit longer, but I put in some extra hours. We got the merch done a little ahead of time for you guys here. And so, big announcement.
If you don't understand
release.
If you don't understand that sarcasm, he's joking because it took him forever to get it done. That's a Joe Mixon touchdown, I think.
No. That is a Joe Mixon touchdown. Oh, that's a terrible spot.
They're saying a terrible spot. Okay, sorry,
Speaking
guys.
Of which,
yep.
We're going to be watching the Jacksonville Jaguars Cincinnati Bengals game during this podcast because we have money on it, parlays, straights, all that stuff.
Yep.
We'll get into that in a little bit, but you're seeing right now on your screen our website, what it looks like, the different products we have. We have white and black variations of all three products: our dad hat, our hoodie, and our t-shirt. And hopefully you guys like this. I feel like they're pretty reasonably priced. We're honestly not making much off of it. We're using a print-on-demand service, and so you'd be surprised how much clothing costs, especially when you're not buying 100 items at a time. And so anyway, I'm excited though. I'm definitely getting all three, and so yeah, definitely go support us if you guys like the clothing. Yeah, I think we'll come out with more lines as we go, but for now, this is just our basic merch. So
yeah, so we like what Matt did. Just really simple. He made a little GBT logo that he put on each of the products, and then has our main logo that you guys see every video on the back of the shirts. And are they on the back of the hoodie as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, same thing. So yeah, there's been a few of you guys asking us for the merch, asking us to drop it. So,
and I will say, just for size wise, the t-shirts only go up to 3X, but the hoodies go up to 5X. So
okay.
Yep. And then the dad hat's just one size. Hopefully fits all. I don't know about my big head, but we'll see.
While you guys are listening to this, click on the link. It will be in the description of this video. If you're on Spotify, find the link on our Twitter. I'm sure we'll tweet it there when we tweet the video out. So after the merch talk, let's get right into our actual episode. And I do need to summarize the past couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, we recorded a pod. Matt's audio didn't work, so there's no pod. Last week, the week kind of just went by. Yeah, it didn't really work with kind of our conflicting schedules that we have. And yeah, so we didn't get one last week. But there's some things to update. I mean, not to update, but there's some things that happened with our favorite teams that we covered in the past 2 weeks. Iowa won 2 games, maybe not the prettiest.
4-0.
4-0. They face Indiana tomorrow because, like we said, we're recording this on Thursday night.
They face Maryland.
Sorry, Maryland tomorrow. My bad. With Tua's brother as their QB.
Talia? Is that how you say it?
I'm not sure exactly, but he's been having a really good year. So it should be a really good game at Maryland.
I will say, though, Maryland came up with a blackout theme. They didn't think that.
Chris just thinks that's the funniest thing. He thinks that's
supposedly all the DC Iowa fans are going to wear gold, so it's going to be black and gold.
Black and gold. It will look like an Iowa home game, I think.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But Iowa's looking good. If they can win this game, and then next game is Penn State, right? Or game after?
Next game is home against Penn State.
Next game.
If they can get through this, it will be a top 5 matchup against Penn State. I guess I don't know who Penn State's playing this week, but I assume they'll win.
I don't know either.
Iowa's defense, they got to come ready to play. Tomorrow, was it 7?
They have for about 2.5 seasons, it seems like.
Hope so. The offense got to put something together. I'm interested to see if there's a game this year where Iowa gets down right away, how the offense responds. Because they can't just rely on the defense shutting everybody out.
Correct. There's going to be one, and they're going to have to figure it out.
Exactly. Petrus is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive.
To be fair, they did get down at halftime against Colorado State. I know it's Colorado State. But
yeah, I mean, there wasn't really a point, though, where I was like, man, we're going to lose this game.
No, because they came out and scored right away.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Iowa, big game. I guess there's not really much else to tell about that. I mean, Tyler Linderbaum has looked just as good as advertised. Bomb Squad. Oh, you're wearing it. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even see it. Chris is wearing his Linderbaum merch here while we're recording this episode. Who else stood out? Jack Campbell's a monster. That's one of the names.
18 tackles, National Bronco Nagurski, National Player of the Week or something.
And your boy Keegan Johnson, also Justin, but your boy Keegan Johnson, who you mentioned in kind of our season preview, had a really good game last week. Seems like more of a vertical threat, which is exactly what this offense needs.
Chris, how tall is he? Because he looked pretty short.
He looked short.
Big.
He's shorter. He's 6'1"-ish.
Keegan
Well,
Johnson
he's
sounds
6'1".
like a
He looked
taller-
like
It was 6'1" is still good height.
that's
for
no.
Sorry.
Yeah,
He
I
looked
thought he
pretty
was
short.
like 5'9" when I
Arlen
saw
Bruce
those
is even
plays.
shorter.
Arlen's like 5'10".
Arlen,
5'11".
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's not really much we can say about the Iowa game. Hopefully, they come out, pound the ball. Defense shuts down Tagovailoa and can stifle that Maryland offense that's gotten off to a really good start this year.
And I will say
saw a
too
stat
that like
today that Maryland's leading tackler on defense has 18 tackles this year, and Jack Campbell had that last game.
Really?
So I don't know if their defense is bad or what.
Or just, but maybe everybody gets tackles. I don't know. Because that's not very many.
I will say too, like besides Georgia and Alabama, I don't know a team that really like scares me when it comes to Iowa. Like Oklahoma looks super suspect.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe they get it rolling, but like Oregon maybe, but at the same time,
Oregon
like
would scare me.
Yeah, Oregon would.
Oregon would scare the
the
brakes.
thing
off.
is though, like I don't
They
think
would
Ohio
scare
State
the
scares
brakes
me.
off Chris. They would scare the brakes off Chris.
Here's the thing though, like Oregon, we'll see what happens over the season, but like that Ohio State win does not look as good now when Ohio State's getting carved up on defense by almost every
Ohio
opponent
State's
they
defense
face.
is
It's crazy.
Awful.
I mean, they
It's
literally
so
had a
bad.
linebacker quit during the game and tweet out
Yep.
F Ohio State.
Yep.
But good luck to my teammates, though, and got dismissed from the team. Like, he
What
literally
was
took
what
off
was
his
his
equipment.
purpose for that?
That's team culture.
I don't know.
Right there.
I don't know.
Probably
He was a
didn't
starting
play or
linebacker.
something.
I think he's a starting linebacker.
Or
Because
got
all the
took out
or
that he didn't agree with.
And everybody in the comments, like Ohio State fans, like, oh, this is a good thing for us. So I don't know if he's a
Yeah, it's gonna bring the team together.
I don't know if he's maybe a
We can go sell some more.
troubling player
Sell
on
some
their
more.
defense that maybe has been
Get some more
struggling.
free tattoos for autographs.
But I guess, Virginia and Miami are playing right now. Virginia's taking a 27-21 lead into the fourth quarter. And we got the goal line for Bengals, and Joe
Touchdown.
Mixon gets in. That's big for our
Mixon.
bets. We all bet Bengals money line at half. They were down 14-0. So this is pretty big for us. Going on to more college games. Tomorrow there's BYU and Utah State. Utah State's pretty solid team. BYU's looked good, though. I expect BYU to handle them.
Possibly breaking news here. Royce just said, sounds like game day in Iowa City next week, regardless of tomorrow.
Regardless. I mean, because it's still going to be probably the best matchup of the week.
Has to be.
I didn't know this game was going on this week. Arkansas, Georgia.
That's a
Oh, my gosh. That's a fun game.
Wait,
at 11.
hold up.
At 11.
Is Jefferson the QB for Arkansas? Jefferson, is he healthy?
I don't know if he's healthy, but he's got to play. He went back in at the end of the game, Matt, and iced the game away just by QB runs.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
he's good then.
But also their backup was kind of trash when he came in against Texas A&M. But Arkansas might be my second favorite team in the country. They're
They
fun.
are so fun.
They're fun.
to
And
root for.
they're not a
Burks,
typical
the wide receiver too.
They're not a typical,
I love it.
amazing team year in, year out. They got a new coach.
Georgia's still favored by 18.
That's nuts. On DraftKings, I'll probably buy a few points and
It's
take
at Georgia,
Arkansas
though.
21 points.
I know,
Arkansas's
I'm
not
saying.
getting beat by more than 21. Georgia's given up. Did they give up a touchdown last week? I know 2 weeks ago they gave up their first touchdown of the year against like the third stringers of some
Who they
small
play
school.
last week?
I can't remember. They killed them. They were up like 35-0 in the
Tennessee?
first quarter.
No.
No, that was Florida. They played somebody that wasn't very good. It was like, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're forgetting too a very big game on Saturday.
Okay. Oh, Cincinnati and Notre Dame.
Cincinnati and Notre Dame.
I'm betting
That doesn't-
Cincinnati.
That doesn't interest
I'm
me.
betting-
Notre Dame is so
Ole
boring.
Miss, Alabama. I'm not saying Ole Miss is
that-
going to win, but
that's-
Ole
that
Miss
interests me more
has
than-
some pieces.
yeah.
Corral,
Yeah,
or is it
yeah.
Coral or Corral? I think it's Corral. I don't know.
I
how to
thought it
pronounce
was
his-
Coral, but I don't know.
Coral. Okay. Corral sounds cooler. If it's Coral, it's
It
kind of
does.
just
It's kind of like literal. Literal.
Coral, more like Boral. Am I right, guys? That's a little bit of a Billy Madison kind
Shut it
of
down.
typical
done.
type of joke off Billy
Yeah.
Madison. Chlorophyll, more like Borophyll. see. Thank you.
That's better
Thank you.
than not what you said.
That was the reference I was making.
I get it, but just
So we're gonna do our Wisconsin, Michigan at Wisconsin. I know
Gosh,
Michigan's
there are
looked really
actually a
good.
lot
That
of
also
good
sounds-
games.
There are a lot of good games.
No. Michigan looked off. They had 2 first downs in the second half.
That's
against
right. I
Rutgers
forgot.
last week.
Rutgers came back. That's right.
Michigan. Everything I said about Michigan last week, you guys with betting and stuff, it's all out the window after last week's game.
I'm not saying Ohio State. Hey, I'm not saying Ohio State is going to lose, but Rutgers at home against Ohio State. Rutgers isn't bad at home.
And it's not going to be a great
Ohio State's
Yeah.
defense.
Indiana, Penn State at night. Auburn, LSU. Matt
Indiana
hates
has had like the
Auburn,
toughest schedule. Well, yeah,
They've played
Auburn,
a lot of good
oh my
teams
gosh,
already.
Bo Nix, bro.
Bo Nix got
freaking Nix.
freaking benched.
Yeah.
As what? Like,
But-
is this his 4th year or 3rd year starting?
Wasn't he at Ole Miss too?
Yeah, he was. I don't know how much he played, but yeah.
He's old. He's old.
But anyways,
I don't
we're gonna
know.
do only college. Or sorry, are we gonna do locks of the day or locks of the week for NFL 2? Is that what we came up with?
Let's just
okay.
Let's
So-
just do both. Yeah.
Locks of the week for college. Guys, look through the games. Think about what you're gonna pick. I don't see anything super great right off the bat. Wake Forest at home against Louisville only is favored by 7. I actually kind of like that.
Trying to back up this game day thing.
Let's see. Oregon and Stanford at Stanford.
Oh, hold up. Texas and TCU. It's only
TCU.
minus 3.5. Texas.
As Texas just put up
Ooh.
70 points.
And Texas or TCU, I bet with them money line. They were the last leg of a parlay that I needed this past weekend, and they were terrible on defense. SMU scored what felt like every single possession. It was so annoying. And TCU has Iowa from the state of Iowa. I think Lewis Central, Max Duggan at QB. He's a pretty good runner. I don't know if he passes great. I haven't watched him a whole lot, but yeah, the TCU defense was very, very suspect against SMU.
Is the spread rule being 3 or under? You can pick money line in college too.
Yes. I think that was main. No, I think that did apply to NFL as well.
No, yeah, it definitely did NFL.
Okay.
Because that gets
The Wake Forest one is really appealing to me.
UCLA is only minus 3 at home against Arizona State.
Baylor and Oklahoma State. I know nothing about Oklahoma State this year because I feel like they
We
lost
just
so
went
much.
through it at work today. They've beat
Kansas State. They handled Kansas State, who's looked okay.
and another cupcake team or something.
Okay. They're
Nothing
at
impressive.
Michigan State against Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky had Indiana on the ropes last week.
No way he'd get that in.
I don't
There's
think
no
so. They're
way he
calling it
got 2
in.
feet
I
in
don't think he
there.
did. Sorry, guys, if we interject with just randomness about a play that's going on. Like we said, the Jags and Bengals are playing
Oh
right
my
now. He
God.
might be in. I think
He
he drug.
did.
He drug his right foot too. Yeah, he drug his right foot.
That is the
Brand
crazy
new.
one. That's Jamal Agnew.
That's a die.
Agnew's the hero last week. I mean, I know they didn't win, but got
Okay,
him up
this
at
is-
halftime. Trevor
Oh, boy.
Lawrence. Oh, geez. Why would you hit
Ooh,
him?
through the flag? Yep.
That's a bad call,
Golly.
though.
That's tough.
So, locks of the week, college. Let's get back on track, boys.
Okay.
Texas A&M is only favored by 7 against Mississippi State, but I doubt Texas A&M's QB is playing. Their starting QB that's been out for a number of weeks. And that backup QB, he's just not it. He's just not it
Yeah,
at
he's-
all.
All right, I got mine.
You got yours? Okay,
Yep.
let's hear it.
Just to preface this, I'm 3-0 in college. UCLA money line against Arizona State.
Okay. I'm trying to decide between Cincinnati money line or Wake Forest minus 7. Wake Forest looked really good. I'm going to go with Cincinnati money line just because it's a bigger game. I think it's more fun to bet on
Dang.
big games.
You like Cincinnati? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think Notre Dame's legit.
Okay.
I don't think Notre Dame's legit.
I just don't know how big big Cincinnati is. If they can handle them in the trenches,
I feel like they're faster, though.
they definitely
Air
are.
raid,
I would agree.
style. Let's see. We got a 2nd and 2. What do you
Oh,
think?
probably a hold there
Sir.
too. All right. Okay, I would go with Iowa, but they're on a Friday night. I'm betting if I win this Cincinnati game, I'm betting so much Iowa minus 3.5 tomorrow night. If I was gonna win, they're gonna win by 7. I'm sorry, they're not gonna win a nail biter.
It's minus 3.
They're gonna dominate. It's minus 3. All right, yeah, that's.
Oh.
I'm betting that spread.
Okay.
Anyway, but because for the sake of Saturday, I'm betting Texas minus 3.5 against TCU. Here's the thing about Texas.
You
They
got 'em
got a
back
lot
on
of
the road.
hate. They got Bijan Robinson, a stud for the class of 2023. And we got to remember, they lost to Arkansas, right? Wasn't it Arkansas that they got beat the brakes off by? earlier in the year when everyone was pissed at them?
Yes.
It was Arkansas, and now we
Arkansas
know
destroyed
that
them. We know
Arkansas is
Arkansas is
legit. We know they're legit, so it's like, why is Texas still getting disrespected versus a TCU team? I don't know. I feel like they're going to handle them, but we'll see.
It's hard to know anymore what TCU's like. I mean, they used to be, always good with Gary. Is Gary Patterson still there?
I'm not sure.
If he is, I don't know what's happened. They used to have, always a good quarterback, a good offense, and a very good defense.
Some speedy skill guys.
Yeah, and they'd get a D-back or two drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not much.
Your boy Jeff Gladney. That's a toughie. That's a toughie.
What's the is this the horned frog symbol? Is this
something like that? It's definitely something like that.
Horned frog sound.
We have a 4th and 2 right here for the Jags. We all, like I said, we all bet Bengals money line. So we're rooting for a stop right here. 4th and 2, 6 seconds on the play clock. Trevor Lawrence in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to his left. Trevor Lawrence gets the snap, drops back. There was pressure, and it looks like Laviska Shenault will convert.
Laviska Shenault just beat him on an out route.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you're sitting on that. How do you get burned
he beat
on an
that
out
guy.
route?
Just it reminds me of.
He shook him inside.
Yep.
On Friday Night Lights.
That's what happened. He faked inside.
Bengals almost got there. Trey Hendrickson almost got there too. So first down for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence is fired up. But anyways, back to our picks. So I had Wake Forest I had Cincinnati money line. You had what?
UCLA money line.
Okay, and then Matt, you had what?
Texas -3.5.
Yep.
Okay. Those are our picks for college. We talked about a couple other games as well. Look out for some stuff. I would not be surprised if Arkansas covers against Georgia. Maybe that's just me rooting for them, being biased. Georgia does look amazing. What else here? Like I said, Wake Forest looks appealing against Louisville because their defense is pretty good, and Louisville really only has that QB, and he runs a lot.
They've just essentially cloned Lamar Jackson, it feels like. I mean, not as good, but they have the same body type.
Yep.
They're fast. Throws okay.
Well, I know they used to have a different QB, and I think he got hurt, and that's why this guy started starting last year.
Maybe.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's a guy, I think he went to a small FCS now. They call him Puma. I think he was the former starter at Louisville. He transferred because he lost the starting job after getting hurt or something. But on to the next thing. We're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. Huge win. We didn't get to cover the Cardinals game. That was – if you're a Vikings fan, you saw the missed kick coming. Greg Joseph had been awesome from 50-plus the previous – or those first 2 weeks.
From 50-plus.
Exactly. And he missed a
37.
But he also missed an extra point earlier in the game, too.
Somebody said that might have gotten tipped, though.
Yeah.
I never looked back on it, but the field goal just pushed right.
There's a first down for the Jags, and Laviska Shenault is
Laviska's just money 7. On third down.
Yep.
All right, we need to hold a field goal here.
With the Vikings, I think Greg Joseph, I think he's a left hash guy. I think
because it goes right a little bit.
Yes, because I think all of his extra points are from the left hash, and he had a couple field goals this past week from the left hash, and there's money.
I believe I remember correctly, the 50-yarder to tie it in Cincy was from the right hash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too worried about the Vikings yet. I mean, we'll see what happens here with the Browns, but
their offense has been
after week 3
very good at times.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with Christian Darrisaw.
If they can get to 2-2 after this week,
that'd be awesome.
Udo,
two really good teams, or a solid team and then a really good team.
And your 2 losses are a phantom fumble and a missed field goal.
Exactly. And Kirk's playing awesome. The defense looked a lot better in that second half. I know the offense kept.
The defense needs to quit giving up points in the first half. They're really bad in the first half.
That's kind of how it's always been, though, Zimmer. I guess in the first half, it's always
drive,
and
then they figure it out.
First
this
drive,
year it's till halftime.
Well, I mean, last year I'm not going to count it, but obviously last year gave up a lot of points too.
It was literally a whole different defense.
Yeah, but Vikings against the Browns, they have to stop the Browns running game. They have one of the best offensive lines for pass blocking and run blocking in the NFL. We signed 2 defensive tackles, basically for this.
You've seen flashes, but I haven't seen the consistency.
Mm-hmm. Dalvin Tomlinson, I think from what I've seen, he had a pretty good game last game, which is nice to see. But he didn't play too many snaps. But Seattle didn't have the ball that much. They didn't run very many snaps on offense in general. But Michael Pierce and Dalvin Tomlinson, if they can kind of plug up some holes and let Eric Kendricks run free, maybe we get Anthony Barr back.
Dalvin should be back.
Dalvin Cook should hopefully be back. Justin Jefferson's been cooking everybody. Thielen's still a red zone monster. Conklin's looked really good.
That's true.
Something I haven't heard a whole lot of people talk about, Kevin Stefanski return.
Yes.
US Bank Stadium.
Yep.
Interesting.
Kevin Stefanski.
Revenge game.
Reigning coach of the year, right?
I can't remember if he won it or not. I knew he was in the running, but he's very, very, very well respected in the Minnesota realm. All those players loved him. Dalvin said he loved playing for him. He unleashed his players, kind of let them do their thing on the field.
2020 coach of the year.
It kind of seems like Clint Kubiak getting that way too. You've seen not necessarily read option, but like RPO stuff. A couple times last game, they've spread it out. They've went big. They've mixed it up more than I feel like they have in the first game.
Well, PFF, I don't know how they calculate it, but they have a play caller grade basically, and I think he's like one of the top ones in the NFL right now, Clint Kubiak, just going off of how good his play calls are, and that's after a really sketchy week 1.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that keeps going. Hopefully Clint Kubiak is the real deal. Obviously, Gary Kubiak's son does things a little bit differently than him, a little bit more of a modern.
He still has that more old school run the ball with the mix of spread.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a modernized version of Gary Kubiak's philosophy. Anything else in the Vikes game? Where this isn't going to be a super long episode, guys. We don't have a game planned. Vikings, I mean, if they can win,
noon game.
That's true. If they can get to 2-2 after being 0-2,
we have
Lions.
Another home game after
huge.
that.
I think Lions. I think, and then like at the Chargers, maybe then a bye,
maybe
something like that.
Are you sure it's Lions?
Games in a row.
I could be wrong. Let's.
You're
check.
right, Zach. It is Lions. Yep. No, you're
Lions,
right.
Okay. And Lions don't look as bad as everybody
Lions
thought
and
they were gonna
Panthers.
be. Yep.
Hey, just FYI.
Lions, Panthers, then bye.
Toot my own horn for a sec, but I did say Kirk is a sleeper MVP candidate. They win one of those first two games or both. He literally might be leading it right now.
He might be because Patty Mahomes has struggled.
He would have led 2 game-winning drives.
That throw to KJ Osborne on 3rd down, I have been watching
awesome.
on repeat.
I don't know how.
My gosh.
That one, and then remember when Bradford made that type of throw to Jarius Wright against the Saints?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Penalty on the Bengals.
Get to get that out.
What?
Automatic first down holding. Defensive holding. You've got to be kidding me.
That's awful.
The Jags are at the goal line.
What are you doing?
Von Bell,
just
bro.
get off him.
Just holding Dan Arnold.
And then he
That's
trips.
bad.
They got a sack out of it, so that's really bad for our
didn't even
Bengals
really
right now.
hold
Okay.
it bad.
Kinda.
One
I mean,
more
I
thing
both
about the
arms.
Vikings. One more thing about the Vikings I saw was that we are ranked. I think it was by PFF, or it may have been a different statistical organization, but our O-line is ranked like 2nd in run blocking and like 17 in pass blocking. And
Yeah, there's
obviously it's a
differences.
3-game sample, but if we can just like not be 27th or 28th overall, like if we can even be in the high 20s overall, I feel good about this team, honestly.
I will say the right half of our line, Udo and O'Neal, might be the best guard right tackle combo in the NFL.
Okay, that's a little.
No, just ranking wise. I'm not saying.
I mean, I don't know enough about O-lines.
Udo's ranked like 4th right now.
Yeah.
And O'Neal hasn't
really?
given-
He is?
O'Neal hasn't given up.
Oli Udo moved down to like 12 after the Monday night game. They were saying because there were a few good guards in that
12.
game.
But O'Neal also hasn't given up a pressure in like over 100 snaps, pass blocking snaps.
And Brian O'Neal,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, when they were all saying the offensive line sucked and everybody had a bad play, like the only bad play Brian O'Neal had was like a false start or something.
Yeah.
Which obviously docks your PFF grade. But yeah, Vikings, this is a big week. I'm not saying it's a must win, but if they win this, that gets things rolling for this team. And so for our NFL locks of the week this week, we're just taking a look at these games right now. The Bills are favored by 17 against the Texans. That's such a high NFL spread.
Their line at work
That is
today,
a ton.
their money line was minus 1,500.
So if you don't know betting terms, that means they have to bet. Somebody would have to bet $1,500 to get 100 back, which is nuts.
For an NFL game.
Vikings are 2-point underdogs. Let's see. Even for Broncos Ravens. I might go Ravens money line on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm looking on this.
That's even.
It's even because it's at Broncos.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Ravens didn't look great last week against the Lions. I know Marquise Brown dropped a bunch of deep passes.
I'm still
and
betting on Lamar no matter what.
Dang, Rams
I'm
are
surprised
just
the
outside.
Cowboys.
Cowboys what?
I thought people would be on the Panthers just being 3-0 and Sam Darnold, but I guess it's at the Cowboys.
Yeah, Broncos haven't beat anybody.
Sorry, Broncos haven't beat anybody. I thought we were still talking about the Broncos.
Oh. Bears at home are favored by 3. I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't know about that one. That's a toughie.
It's tough. Seahawks are +3 against the 49ers. That's.
Depends which 49ers.
I'm betting on Jimmy G or Russell Wilson.
Packers are favored by 6.5 against the Steelers. I might take that, honestly. I know the Steelers have a really good defense. Who knows if TJ Watt will play, but that Steelers offense looks so bad. But the Big Ben looks so awful. Bad.
That play where he's like trying to scramble and takes 3 steps and then falls and throws it as he falls.
I love that video.
Oh
that is hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going, let's see.
Washington looks appealing too.
I got to go Ravens money line. The Broncos
Ravens money line,
nobody.
Okay.
You got to bet on Lamar over Teddy.
That's what I was going to do.
Missed this extra point here, Josh Lambeau. Come on.
Nope, made it.
He missed like 2 last week.
I might take Washington money line over the Falcons. They're favored by 1 right now. Obviously, Washington looked bad last week against the Bills.
So you both got money lines?
Yep. Mine's a 1 point. Mine's a 1-pointer, and Matt's was a dead even. It was a pick 'em.
Tampa Bay -7.
Tampa Bay -7. Who are they playing?
Patriots.
Way down here, Patriots.
Tom Brady revenge game.
-7's tough.
It's freaking Tom Brady going
I know.
back
I'm
to
just
kick Bill Belichick.
I'm just saying it's tough though.
And Mac Jones has looked not great.
Buccaneers haven't looked great though either. I mean, 2 weeks ago they let the Falcons get back in it, down 3 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like LeBron in the season. Like, hey, just kind of coast early in the year, make sure we get the win.
It's still early in the year though.
I know.
So are they going to coast against the Patriots?
But this is not a game Tom Brady will coast in.
I could see it. I know Tom Brady's the man. Blah blah blah.
I don't even like him that much.
Stuff, but
I don't like Bill Belichick more.
If I could see his emotion either being a great advantage or a disadvantage. Yeah, exactly. And Bill Belichick.
Well, either way,
still got to give the guy credit. We still got to give Bill Belichick credit now. The guy.
Yeah.
The guy can scheme, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do against this Bucs offense.
Okay, so we got Chris has -7, Tampa. I got Ravens money line. Zach, you got Washington money line.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Did we want to talk about local quick?
We can talk about local. Waldorf has homecoming on Saturday, which is awesome. I'm going to go to the game. Hopefully, see a lot of my former teammates there. I know Bo and Sam are for sure going to be coming back.
Hold on. Can I leave for like 10 minutes while you do your little Waldorf spiel? And the third game of your freshman year, you guys won by like 2 points, and it was just a great comeback win and all that fun stuff.
I thought you were serious for a second.
I don't even remember what the third game was. Let me talk it out. You can leave for 10 minutes.
I just made it up.
I can talk it out. Freshman year,
Dakota State, we were 3-1.
We beat the brakes off of Briarcliff freshman year. That was kind of our coming out party a little bit.
No, just talk homecomings quick, Zach. Talk homecoming scores. Homecoming scores.
Homecoming scores.
It's homecoming. Come on now.
First week, I don't even know who we played on homecoming. I don't even know who we played on homecoming freshman year.
First year.
Freshman, it might have been Valley City. I don't know. I can't even remember.
It means a lot to all of our listeners. They really want to know.
I don't know if it was Jamestown or what. I know all these people are just wondering, Waldorf football.
What random North or South Dakota
Roanoke
college?
You just said, I said Jamestown. He said the Lost Colony. Wasn't that Roanoke? Come on now.
Hey, Jamestown is
I don't
good.
know.
Good thing you're not a
have to look
freaking
that
history
up.
teacher
No,
anymore.
It's not Jamestown, but is it Roanoke?
It's Roanoke because all the people went missing.
Roanoke
I see.
Colony, yeah.
Yeah. Come on now.
Man, that's why I work at Fan.
I was kidding. No, that's why you're not a freaking history teacher anymore.
I also taught straight out of, not textbooks, but online stuff.
Straight out the book.
What were we even talking about? Waldorf. They played Dakota State. Dakota State had a really good defense last year, really bad offense. Hopefully it's more of the same this year. I know Dakota State's best defensive player is back from what I've heard from talking to the guys. Number 7, I think his last name's Vandenbosch. He's a monster. He didn't get defensive player of the year last year. He was probably like second behind Salavila from Valley City. It should be an exciting game. Waldorf, if we were to set a line, I would say Waldorf minus. I'll go minus. That's tough. This is really tough. I'm going to go minus 13.5. Waldorf.
Ooh,
Favorites.
okay.
Yeah. Last time we played Dakota State, I'll tell the viewers this. My last ever game was at home last year against Dakota State. And we were down 9 with about minute 30 left. We couldn't move the ball all game. We're ball at midfield on 3rd down. We have 2 timeouts left. We take a shot deep to Dom Watt. He bobbles it, catches it, touchdown. So now we're down 2 after the extra point. So minute 20 left. We kick it off. Their kick returner fair catches it, but doesn't catch it in the air. Picks it up off a bounce at the 2-yard line. And so in college, if you fair catch it inside the 25, really good catch right there by Tyler Boyd.
Let's go.
If you fair catch it inside the 25 in college and catch it, you get it automatically at the 25. But it hit the ground. So now wherever he picks it up is down where he picks it up at. So they had the ball at the 2-yard line. Wind, 30-mile-per-hour wind in their face. Our defense shuts them down 3 straight plays. Obviously, we had 2 timeouts, so we used them, and they let the clock run to about 40 before they punted, or about 30. And it's just an absolute shank because the wind is straight in their face. They had one of the best punters in the conference. I think it was maybe a 12-yard punt. And
So bad.
It was really bad. And we didn't have any timeouts. And Bo looks at me, and I straight up said to him, like, we have to kick this because we didn't have any timeouts. There's like 20 seconds left. We have the best kicker in the conference. We kick it. Slater Gifford knocks it down. We win by 1. And we always talk after the game that they show those win percentages, you know, how a game goes, those line graphs. We had to have been at a 99 or a 1% chance of winning that game, maybe even less.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was my last career game. Last career play was the Dom Watt touchdown. So that was a pretty cool way to go out on senior day. Sorry for that really long story, and I touched it. I touched it again.
Dang, you cut me off.
Sorry, guys. The camera froze again. So, Matt, you should try to, like, talk while I'm figuring this out.
I mean,
Hey, Matt, you want to go back to your senior day? Even though it was homecoming was the topic, and somehow we morphed into senior.
My senior day.
Dakota State.
You know, this is what I'm saying, bro.
Sorry.
Chris,
Hey,
my,
bro, I'm
my
trying
senior day in high school. My senior day in high school, on like the second play, I re-injured my ankle because Emmitsburg's 250-pound quarterback playing at safety. Granger threw it over the middle. It got tipped like in front of me. I was running a slant, and he dove at it right over my ankle.
No.
Yeah, Matt.
Matt was never the same.
Matt had chronic ankle injury senior year.
That's what high ankle sprains do. You fight back and then you re-injure it.
But also you had like the perfect hits, or maybe the most imperfect hits, right onto your ankle, and it was like the perfect spot that effed up your ankle. See, Matt didn't have the best run of the luck. So, Chris, what was your senior day like?
We beat St. Ed's.
St. Ed's missed field goal. They went for a long field goal.
He was so serious about it.
8-6. I had the 2-point conversion.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we didn't have our long snapper.
Okay.
And Donald got his arm cut open.
That's right.
So we didn't have a backup long
He got stepped on, right? Yep. That's the 2 best records in Lake Mills history.
All right.
Your senior year.
We got any?
Senior year?
I don't know about history.
We got any updates with
12 years. Any updates?
We got any
Lake
updates
Mills?
with Lake Mills football, volleyball, cross country, the esports team? I just found out about that on Facebook today.
Yep. They are 4-0. They beat Okoboji and I think Super Smash Bros.
Dude, it's actually super dope.
I'd wreck.
Yeah, it
Super
is.
cool.
Smash Bros.
Well, because
back in the
colleges
day.
are giving out scholarships now for esports. Like Waldorf has
Heck
esports,
yeah.
and they give
Waldorf
out
does, yeah.
scholarships. So this is a way
Heck
that
yeah.
kids can get some
Come on,
free
Joe.
college.
Oh, it's gonna
There's a
be
penalty,
holding.
and I don't know
Tight
to
end's gonna get
tight
a
end touchdown.
Freaking
But what's the
touchdown,
penalty
too.
on?
It's gonna be holding.
You think
Better
holding?
be.
He was scrambling around.
I mean,
It
the
has
fans
to
are
be.
freaking out. Sorry to interrupt this little thing we were just talking
Oh,
about.
but
Wide
they're still
receivers are celebrating.
Maybe it's defensive holding.
Might be defense. Come on, please. Sorry, we're waiting for this call here. Joe Burrow's walking towards
Joey
the
Burrow's
goal
moving
line.
forward.
Yep.
Yep.
We're good.
All
Let's
right,
go.
Let's go.
Let's
Bengals,
go.
Bengals.
Bengals tied it up, baby.
Boys, Bengals
Come
Tied
on.
it up.
boys.
All right.
All right. It's fun watching a game while we're recording, but it's also very derailing.
Yes, it is very derailing. Sorry if we get a little
Esports
sidetracked.
we don't know a whole lot about besides that it's new.
Yep. Cade, our cousin, plays on it.
The logo is pretty sweet too.
The logo
That
is
was
kinda
dope.
Pixelated
Yes.
bulldog.
Yes.
Whoever created that, props.
It might have been. I know Mr. Speece, I think, is the coach. Beth was telling me.
Yes.
So
It's-
it probably Mr. Speece or his wife, both affiliated with
Awesome.
the Lake Mills School. With cross country, I believe.
Their last meet at Garner, they got 7th as a team.
Gotcha.
Boys did.
Boys did. Do you have girls on there too?
Girls don't have a score, so I don't know if they don't
a
have
score.
it in.
Yeah,
or
I don't know how. Oh, he almost missed the extra point, guys. He almost missed it. Girls cross country. I'm not really sure who's on the team anymore for girls cross country. Because like back when I was in high school,
Give it a look. If I
trying to
can
think
find
of
it.
who we had.
Oh shoot, that's
with
the
girls
meet
cross
I'm
country.
about.
I mean, it's tough at Lake Mills when all the girls do volleyball,
Yeah.
and volleyball is such a powerhouse.
No disrespect, Jim.
Yeah, I did.
Just-
You
it's-
create a good program. All the girls do volleyball. It gets all the girls out there.
Roster has 2 people.
2 people. Okay, so they didn't. What are the 2 names? Let's shout them out for going out for cross
I
country.
just got out of it.
Well, you just got out of it. You can get back into it. Volleyball team as well. I think they've been.
You got a sophomore and a junior, so they're both back next year.
When does Lake Mills play Forest City for
I could
conference
look it
title?
up after you want the names for cross
You can get the
country.
names. I'll look up volleyball.
Kyla Johansson and Sydney Lindemann, girls cross country.
Okay. Shout out you two for doing cross country.
And volleyball
I would have
is
never
23
lasted.
And 4.
23 and 4
Stand. They play Tuesday.
Tuesday for
At
the
Lake
conference
Mills.
title. I believe, right? I don't think Lake Mills has lost a conference game. I
Standings.
think I was seeing Zaren's tweets.
Yeah,
he was
7-0.
saying-
They're 7-0.
Another Lake Mills, Forest City, last conference game of the year for the conference title. I feel like that's been the same theme for the past 7 years.
We need to get it back.
It's true. What we won it in 2019, they won it last year.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been Forest City and Lake Mills just dominating the top of Iowa West these past few years. Or sorry, the past.
Thankfully, because we
15.
split from Osage
Yep.
at the right time.
Yep. Because Osage volleyball
Osage has been good at
awesome.
everything.
Their girl sports over there, Osage, are awesome.
Yeah.
What else? We have football. The last time we were recording was 2 weeks ago, and Lake Mills had a home game the next day. So me and Chris were talking about how we're gonna do the game, and we were excited and stuff. And then the podcast didn't end up working.
Yeah, it didn't go so well for the recording.
Yeah, didn't go so well. With the game, played North Union.
North
They had a
Union's
couple
actually
studs.
pretty
They had a couple
decent.
studs. I think they got handled by somebody last week. I can't remember who though. Lake Mills has a tough stretch to finish out the year. Oh, last week, Bennett Berger and Caden Obley broke Lake Mills single game records. Bennett Berger threw for I think 272 yards.
Beat Hunter Kinglands.
Beat Hunter Kingland's 268 or 264, and then Caden Obley beat Paul Pinn's single game receiving record.
It's
So
got to be the same game, doesn't it?
it might have been that Newman game.
Had to have been the same
Yeah,
game. North Union lost to
Had to
West
be.
Hancock.
lost to West Hancock.
So
Okay,
that's
yeah, it's
legit.
a fine win or it's a fine loss. West Hancock's top team in the state, I believe, still.
Yep.
And I guess we can kind of talk about Matt, the
Yeah.
Newman game back in.
Newman's 3-2. So
Sorry,
we play him next week.
Sorry, I was talking about the old game that Hunter and Paul's record.
Correct, but it's a good lead-in because they play.
It
Newman
is a good
coming
lead
up.
in. Paul and Hunter, this is my first ever varsity start as a freshman against Newman. We gave up 323 yards to Joe Bergmeyer on the
Yeah,
ground.
that was not
Fullback
pretty.
dive up the middle, 87 yards or whatever it was. It was tough.
Joe Bergmeyer, his worst sport might be football. He was player of the year, I believe, in 1A
Yeah.
for baseball, and he played amateur semi-pro hockey. So
He did play hockey. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
very, very good football player, probably his worst sport. that game was rough. But I remember Paul Pins, Hunter would throw a spot pass out to him, and Paul took one to the house untouched. He's just so fast on a football field.
So we say
Paul's spot passes
Hunter's
were
old record is kind of skewed because Paul did most of the work on some of those plays.
Yeah, and part of the yardage that he got.
I did not say that, Hunter. Hunter, I did not say. Paul, I did not say that.
I said it.
Hunter,
I said it.
I know Hunter listens to
not
our
say
podcast a lot. Hunter, one of the passes he also threw, tried going deep, gets hit, complete to Taylor like 5 yards in front of him. So that's just cheap yards.
Taylor?
He wasn't trying to go to
Why
him.
in the world was Taylor close to the ball?
Taylor's starting tight end.
Do you understand?
Taylor ended up being a solid safety, though, that year because who got hurt? Josh got hurt at the end of that year. So Taylor moved to safety. Taylor had like 10 tackles against Taylor Valley.
Taylor was just, he was going
good,
after the
but
legs,
pick,
getting
and a
those
pick,
tackles.
and a
safety having
Last
10
line of
yards.
defense.
Not a great
It's not great, but he also had a
But he
pick.
did. But he did.
It's not.
Against AGWSR, I think he had a fumble recovery or something. AGWSR was so good. They were freaking number 2.
Clay Minders.
Clay
The dude was a
Minders.
tank.
We just really don't get
was
much of
a
a
tank.
break in terms of districts up here with small schools.
I mean, it's tough. We're up against the border. We can't really
It'd be
branch out.
super nice if you could go 8-man.
8-man.
I'm not saying we'd be
no,
good.
No, I
but
had a
it'd be-
lot of.
I think we'd have a better chance.
There were some years where we would add some dirty 8-man teams.
Oh, 100%.
But also,
Hey, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2.
I had some
7.5
buddies that played
minutes
8-man in high school, and they were some good players, man. So no disrespect
Oh
to
my
8-man.
gosh, he's wide open.
Good football comes out of there. Trevor Gunderson from Harris Lake Park has been a starter.
Speaking of Trevor Gunderson, second game my junior year.
Leading to something Waldorf. But shout out Trevor Gunderson and shout out Chris Jones. They're two of my better friends. They're both 8-man products. So I know Slade likes to make the joke. 8-man is like touch football or flag football. 8-man's pretty legit. There's more scoring, shorter field.
It makes sense
It's
though. There's
harder
just
to cover.
it's so hard to field a team with 5 offensive linemen. Like for some schools, I get it. It's like some schools. I mean, Lake Mills. There's just you don't really have a ton of big guys, and that's where that's kind of what I feel like sets apart some of these smaller schools that always seem to have them. Which is it's crazy. I don't know how they do, but they like St. Ansgar. They always seem to have huge guys.
St.
on the
Ansgar,
line.
West Hancock.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lake Mills, we got Cody Hago starting as a senior at guard, 165 pounds. What's he supposed to do?
And actually wasn't
you have all the technique in the world. I know.
He actually wasn't a
getting
bad
bull
guard
rushed
either.
every game. No, he wasn't.
I would have liked to have.
What's Bill Burns supposed to do?
by the
Having, you know what I
linebacker.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh man. So
it's tough. I mean,
it's
that's why they went.
It's
to
interesting.
This,
It's interesting.
but that's why they went to this triple option offense. It takes a little bit of the pressure off the offensive line. You kind of shield block, get
Yeah.
away for a couple seconds, and you should be off to the races.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. We talked about everything we kind of went over
Well,
beforehand.
we didn't really get to. They play Newman next week.
Play Newman
Newman's
next week.
3-2,
Newman's-
lost West Hancock and North Butler. North Butler killed them.
North Butler. They're not usually very good, but
No,
apparently they're super good this
they
year.
beat 'em 41-13.
So North Butler versus West Hancock could be an awesome
And
game.
we still have to play West.
No.
St. Ansgar and
North Butler, yeah, after this week. So I'm gonna be on the call tomorrow night. I'm not sure. We're not sure if Chris is. I'm gonna try to find a replacement if
Yeah,
you
we'll
can't.
see.
Make sure you guys tune into that. Hopefully this comes out the day of the game. Before we head out, we want to thank you guys for always listening to this podcast. Your support doesn't go unnoticed. We've been trying to, stay away from looking at views and all that stuff these past few podcasts, but we know who the loyal ones are. You guys text us. You guys talk to us about different topics we've talked about on here, and we cannot show our appreciation enough for how awesome you guys are. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We want to remind you guys, check out our merch. If you guys would like some Game by Thrones merch, there's a hoodie, shirt, and dad hat. Go check it out. Black and white.
We'll have the
I
link in
believe,
the
for
in
each.
the description too.
And
Yep.
And just to restate, we've said it before, but like that money is not just going to go straight to our pockets. Like,
Yep.
It's going to go to upgrade equipment, microphones.
Which we do need to upgrade some stuff here.
Absolutely.
If you can't tell, this one's got a dent in it. I think my son dropped it.
I think he did too. And Bengals just got to stop.
Bengals gotta
Fourth
stop.
down.
That's
We
a
better
huge
cut
stop.
this off so we
That's
can
a
go
huge
watch the end of
stop.
this game.
So thank you guys for listening. This has been another episode of Game by Thrones. Sorry about our 2-week hiatus, but appreciate you guys making it to
We
the end
back,
and
we
listening to
back.
us.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Thank
Go
you
Hawks.
guys.
All right, boys. We'll see ya. Peace.